Are we live? Oh, Krita crashed on me. Give me 1 second as I restart Krita. Krita? Krita? I don't know how that's pronounced. Oh, wait, is it cold? so, uh, we are. First of all, I'm going to look at, just to prove that I did practice today. Here's the practice I was able to squeak in today. Gotta say, starting to feel good about certain things. But, it did take me a little bit longer to get those proportions I really liked. I wasn't able to get all the practice in today. So I may actually do that later on. Just for my own benefit. Like, even after the stream, I don't want to take up too much time, continuously drawing the same poses. It was good for the first couple of, of things, but that is my practice. But oops, I do need to, ow, 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 ow. First of all, drink the rest of my coffee because, oh boy, it's been a day. And I gotta fulfill that, that branding of latte night. It has been a day, and I really hope that wherever anyone is during, whether you are watching this live or coming in a little bit later, or even watching the VOD, I really do hope you guys are staying safe. I am in a very cold part of the town, and I am having to makeshift some stuff in order to keep warm, but I really hope, and just kind of put that out there, that I hope you guys are staying warm out there, because I do know that some places are getting hit even worse than where I'm at. But let us, do some drawing to keep warm. So that was my practice today. I do want to go straight into nose and mouth, and then maybe afterwards we can pick a pose and try to start building a face off of that. Kind of randomize one of the poses you can get a face on. Where the nose is in my book. Let's make a face. Oh, that's the eye chapter. I gotta say, my hardware has really been acting up as well. I don't know if it's the cold or anything, but it has been very shaky for me. That may just be my natural shaking hand, actually, now that I think about it. But I do feel like it is not as accurate as it could be. And I have ordered a new stylist that hopefully will become better, as this one is pretty generic. I know I already have one active pen that has failed me, but hopefully this one, it's supposed to be a universal one. Maybe that'll work. It says it's supposed to work with all touchscreens, so hopefully I'm not just like tossing money down the drain. So I did skip the chapter of the eyebrows, simply because the most important thing about eyebrows is picking your thickness, and then picking your positioning, whether it's close to the eye or pretty high up on the eye, and that can determine what kind of character you're building. So I want to take some, I don't want to spend too much time on that, and it's pretty self-explanatory for eyebrows, at least from what they explain. So I do want to take some time to, focus on the nose. I am a little bit scared to draw the nose because I don't know how YouTube will take this. So we are going to, that's just my practice. I'm going to be using that file for all the practices. So we're going to create a new one. That was just to show that I actually did practice today and I'm not scamming you all. So the interesting thing about the nose is that it kind of starts off oh, maybe I started too close. I can't even see my own preview. Jeez, I'm a mess today. I'm sorry. Cold weather and trying to get everything working, making sure the heater is working in my place. Because as it is, when I draw, you know, I don't move around a lot, so my feet like freeze since I already have bad circulation. To wear like so many different slippers and everything just to keep my feet from, you know, numbing off. But it's alright. I'm so excited to actually start the lessons that I bought via online. I just need to find time to actually do them, and I don't think I should do those on stream. It's a little bit different because it's supposed to like take you through a full class for drawing, and I don't know how YouTube's gonna react with that. But you know, I am really excited because I would like to bolster my learning of drawing. Like I said, I'm taking this as seriously as I can in order to get as good as I can, because I just want to put in as much work as I can in order to... Now, see, this is the dangerous part. And I think I'm going to skip that part just for that sake. And see, this is supposed to be the nose of a creature, or of a person, of creature. I still have so many different things on my mind. Where keep a little bit of that roundness. And then it's supposed to be shading down here. I made that a little too noticeable. So they're like teardrops. And the funny thing is, like, this book actually teaches you how to draw the correct anatomy of the people first before going into manga style, which I found very interesting, that it just doesn't drop you into this is how you draw manga. No, it actually it guides you first in knowing the anatomy, as we're trying to draw a nose. This is just our first nose, and this is the quote-unquote real anatomy nose that they have us learn first. There's some like shading like this, shading like that, and then at the top we actually get rid of that. And depending, like, we can actually do something like this, and actually shade it instead. And I think I'm gonna just represent that with a lower opacity. Just because I don't really know how to do that just yet. That's weird. That's just weird without... like, I know it's a nose. But without the rest of the face, that just looks weird. So, what we're actually going to do is draw a basic eye first. Draw the eyes first. Although, that is just to show the structure of the nose, so I think we could actually skip that. Not skip it, but like kind of rush over it. So, with the more realistic style of drawing manga, like if we have the box eyes, the nose is actually fairly simple. This is the front profile. You have a little bit of shading here. A little bit of shading there. And then something like that. And then you have your eyes up here. That actually doesn't look too bad. The funny thing is, I just read this looking over. They're like, most of the nose is shown by shading, and I stayed with a lower opacity to show that. On the more manga side, you have the full profile nose like that, but then they also say you need to shade that in. You need to make sure that it needs to be bigger. It actually needs to have a shadow. Something like that. Then you have your eyes up here with the nose actually being, brought out like that. Or if you have like the super manga, you have the ever so slightly that you don't actually have a shadow. That's for like the ultra small nose. Okay. So I didn't think that the noses were going to be too tough. I think the biggest issue is going to be what nose to pick. The broad nose is something to consider because it does have the broad nose is the most detailed nose. I need to bring that out more. Something like that. have a semblance of curvature there. Nope, that's the wrong curve. Is it? Yeah. Then you have it like that. The eyes are in the wrong place, of course, because I just kind of drew standard nose or standard placement of the eyes for the nose I had previously done. It's a pretty strong nose. Something like that. The little button nose is the classic of anime, but you have to remember not to pair that off with a more realistic eye. So the mouths are also not very detailed, especially like they show you how to draw the mouth, but then they show you what you need to actually do to bring it down to manga's style. This is actually going to be hard for me because I have trouble with this. That's way too close. That's way too close. Although if I'm complaining about the mouth, I might as well do the eyes. You know, I'm just going to take some time and reposition everything. Because hopefully we can start doing some real faces. Oh, what happened? It didn't go. Oops. I think that'll work. Yeah, that should be plenty of space. Let me shift that over just a bit. Okay. That should work. Oops, I'm on the wrong thing. So I think I want to make the nose a little bit wider. It's funny when I always say that, oh, this might be actually simple, just because there's very little lines, and then my perfection, you know, oh, come on. My thing about like needing perfected lines when I can't get them because of my hardware just drives me crazy. And I don't know if it really is my hardware, or if I'm just not in sync with my hardware. Like, I don't want to blame my hardware completely. It just feels like it is. Because every once in a while, like my little mouse thing will just like not respond, and I don't know what that's supposed to be. Like I might actually, the reason I'm spending so much time on this nose is because I may actually use this nose, or at least the more realistic nose, a little bit more than the standard anime. Just because I want my work, whenever I actually start doing it, to have a more, you know, concrete. Oh, see, that's what I mean. Like I wasn't trying to do that. It just like skipped over. This is, of course, for the broader nose. The like the quote-unquote realistic nose doesn't necessarily need to have that little bridge thing, but I just wanted to play around with it. So for the mouth, you know, I'm gonna get rid of these. Because I feel that I'm going to run out of room simply for practice. Please, give me the tool I'm trying to select. What? Thank you. Okay, so we still want to practice the proportions as if we were drawing the thing. It would help if you actually were on a pencil. So if we're actually working on the mouth, the closed mouth is a little strange for me, at least. Now, do they talk about how wide the mouth should be? Well, other than the laughing. So I love how, like, manga goes from, like, super simple, from just, like, an open circle with, like, an indication of the teeth, to really deep shading and trying to give the illusion that something is there. So this may look like I'm drawing a mustache at first, because I really hate this shape. I've never been able to make this shape work. It's not the worst. My mouth is completely crooked though. Well, not crooked, but off-centered. And then they have the semblance of the top lip. Something like that. And the bottom lip. Something like that. With shading, of course. Underneath it. Coming in like that. Maybe a little bit sharper. And then, of course, the shading. Oh, come on. I thought I... Opacity 43, please. We'd have something like that. Maybe that's too much. This is the part that's really gonna kill me because I don't know, like, to me, the shading part would probably be super easy on pen and paper. Something like that, maybe? Then we go full opacity again. With our eyes. See, our nose would start, like what is it? The nose starts at the eye line. So our eye line would be something like that. Let me clean off my thing. That's way too much of a curve. Oh, what am I doing? How does that look? Alright, so I'm actually gonna erase this. I already forgot the evaluation I did of my eyes for the sketching. I I had come to a determining point that I need to practice the shapes rather than just drawing circles. Because whereas circles are good, that's almost right. Just wanna come up with something like that. Then just kind of fix it as you go along, trying to get that general shape. That's not the worst. Let's make sure it's centered. It's definitely not the worst. Alright. So. Gotta stretch, gotta stretch, gotta stretch. So because we're gonna want smaller eyes, I'm actually gonna edit this one just a tad. But the placement, I think, actually looks okay. Yikes, I'm starting to get hungry. That coffee. Man, that is one thing I really do miss. Obviously, if you are watching this, you may know of the channel, stemming from Latte Night. But what you may not know is that I spent a lot of time in coffee shops. In fact, if you read my bio, you know that it came from a mistake from autocorrect. Well, that autocorrect was because I was studying in a cafe. That is one thing I definitely do miss now that we can't really do that. Just taking my own couch, ordering coffees, studying. Man, I miss that. Now I'm stuck in a little corner in a makeshift office. But it's okay. Hi, Velt. Hello there. Welcome. How was your day? Now that we checked our proportions, we can actually go back and make sure it's centered. It's not the worst for sure. Definitely not the worst in proportions. So we're gonna try doing the slanting eyes. And I remember sitting in those cafes, and a bunch of the baristas would know me by name. I actually had a local coffee shop that I was kind of one of his regulars. I'm kind of bending the eye a bit. I want a straight line. I want this dude to look stern. I'm kind of drawing a mess right now, but we can always go back and clean this up. We're going to be doing a lot of erasing anyway. Hey, Vucky. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well as you vault. It's pretty cold outside, so I hope you guys are staying warm. I am currently bundled up like a little burrito with my hand sticking out in order to stay warm. Hopefully you can stay longer than Sunday. Oh man, it was good. It's always good seeing you guys. Anyone that stops by, you know, even if it's just for a short while. I appreciate you all. You know? But yeah. Sunday was an interesting time. I was having a fit as my perfectionism kind of got the better of me. So what was I doing? Right. So now that we got the block of the shape in, let's go ahead and set the pupil. This guy, it's only about 25 degrees here. I hope that's Fahrenheit. I don't even want to know what that would be in Celsius. But yeah, currently, let me check my phone actually. Ignoring the thousands of messages from my boss. Okay, so it's 30 degrees here. Más o menos. No, it's Kelvin? Oh, jeez. Kelvin is the one that starts from like 0 and has like no negative. So like 25 degrees would be like ridiculous. So once we do the eye, we're actually going to change up the mouth. I know that that actually took me quite a bit of time to do the mouth. But I want to start doing the different shapes of the mouths. Since we are doing the noses and the mouths. That's a good peering into your soul. There. Okay. So then we're going to actually draw where the eyelid is interrupting the eye cavity. Let's do that on both sides first. This has easily become my favorite eye. You don't like the oval face? Oh man, so many. I used to be in a Discord channel was a girl that would put that after every single one of her sentences. Oh, give me a second. I need to. My eyes are starting to water from staring at the screen too long. You may hear my paper towel hit the mic. Sorry. Staring at the computer screen all day, and then coming here and staring at a computer screen. What was I doing? Right. Okay, so we got the eyelid part. Right, we have to finish the eyelid. So it kind of droops down here. Yeah, this has easily become my favorite eye to draw. Just because it does seem a little more realistic. Oh, that's a huge eraser. That could have ended disastrously. I just have to remember what I'm actually erasing because there are so many lines here. Does my computer have a comfort mode? I'm sure it does. I think Windows has an automatic comfort setting. Windows 10 at least. However, I'm colorblind, so that actually doesn't help me. Or it does help me in the relaxing of the eyes, but it's hard for me to see anything on the screen because it dims everything. Which is why when I actually start learning to color things, you may actually see that come into effect a lot as I start painting something that's supposed to be red, green. Yeah, comfort mode is a good thing for people that aren't really colorblind, because it just dims it a little too much for me that I can't see things on the screen. I was thinking about getting those gamer goggles, the yellow tinted gamer goggles. That's going to be my undoing. Yeah, it really is. Um, but you know, right now I'm going to be focusing on manga style, which is very commonly you can get away with not coloring with manga style, graphic novels, which is great. I just have to work on shading. But I do plan on giving coloring a shot, and I did buy some lessons on how to color, like your manga drawings and everything. Let's go ahead and clean up this pupil a little bit. That way we can color it in, or shade it in, I should say. But hopefully it won't mess me up too much. There are things I can do to kind of like get around it. A little bit at least. Let's drop the opacity and increase my brush size. Oh, that is the wrong brush that I wanted, actually. I forgot that I was switching brushes, and I kind of found what I liked for penciling. Oh, jeez, that's huge. The funny thing is, you know, since I'm a noob at this, on like drawing, digital drawing, everything, I'm brand new to. Learning the digital app along with learning how to draw manga is a whole strange experience. What colors can I not see? If I remember correctly, when I actually took my test, I have the one that is predominantly green, red. So green and I think I have the one where it dims the red. So red is not as vibrant for me, and it looks like green. If I remember correctly, it's been about 5 years since I had to get my unofficial test. Stylus I bought really helps, because using this generic stylus is okay, but I feel like it could be a little more precise. Hoping that is the case. Again, I don't want to blame hardware all day long and make excuses of why I can't get better. Just need to put in the work to get better. Maybe I'll get adjusted to it, but for right now I'm just gonna complain a bit. It's my right to complain. Like that one right there. I thought trying to get the detail. I was on the wrong brush. I'm a doofus, and I can't blame that one on the can't blame that one on the hardware. Shadow coming in from here. Same thing on this side. Half, like maybe 3/4 of the pupil. saw the little shadow of the eyelid. How long before you reattempt the latte night drawing? That's gonna be something that I work on Sundays. He's gonna be my little, um, he's gonna be my kind of, how should I put it? Whatever I learn during the week, I'm gonna try to apply drawing him until I, get to something that I can, you know, appreciate. But that's gonna be like, he's gonna be my test dummy for Sundays, for sure. I do need to look up a reference picture for helmets though, because uh, he definitely is not wearing a helmet as much as he is currently wearing like a just like a sock over his head. It's so thin, it looks like a sock. This is where I have to zoom in a lot to get that fine detail for racing. It does look a little weird, but I think that's because of the type of pencil I decided to go with. I'm actually using the pencil uh, brush. I guess is the proper way to say that. I'm using the pencil brush versus like a fine tip pen brush that I was using before. I don't know. That's the fine tip pen I was using before. Um, I like the pencil one a little bit. But I have to get used to it because I defaulted off of the fine tip pen. Increase a little bit. Let's see how big that is. Oh, that's perfect. I'm not gonna try to spend too much detail in fixing this eye up, because again, I want to do a lot more than just the eyes. Although the eyes are very important, and I like spending time on the eyes a bit. I will admit. So maybe just a little bit of cleanup. This part is weird because not only is there glare, it's also in the midst of the shadow. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing that part wrong. But overall, it doesn't look too bad as far as eyes go. Again, I'm not going to spend I don't want to spend too much detail for something that I can be practicing later. This is something we've kind of already gone over, and when you zoom out, it's not that bad. Not that bad. This picture is a little bit too... So there we go. That's our first attempt at drawing a completed face from the front view. My nose is... everything's starting to act up now. It's alright. So, what we're going to try to do is now we're going to erase that mouth and actually give it an expression-full mouth. So, oops, wrong side. We're actually going to just erase the bottom portion because are the eyes really that high in the reference pic? Let me see here. Let me see. Did I get it wrong? Actually, a little bit. I think this eye is a little too high. But I think this eye is in a good spot. I think this eye needs to go down a little bit because I'm going off of the eye line that I drew here, which is at the very peak of the nose. Like when we draw our proportion character, the stuff like this is the eye line right here. That's this line. And from there, you draw your proportion of your nose. So it like connects right at the center, right at the edge of the nose. So if I were to continue this like this, it would look something like that as far as the reference drawing. But because we kind of delete that. So I think, again, I think the left eye is a little too high because again, I can't draw a straight line. So let me see if I can pull it down just a tad, and maybe that'll fix the weirdness. That might be good right there. Let's see if that fixed the weirdness. I think so. Let's go ahead and flip. It's not the worst. One eye is definitely thicker than the other. That's for sure. Like the right here. Whoa, what the heck? Oh, I'm I'm not on brush. There we go. I think my mouth is a little too close. Ever since I repositioned the drawing, now that you mentioned proportions. So we can go ahead and... oh, come on. Come on. Thank you. Because there's supposed to be a space for an eye. right here. So I think that's okay proportions. Again, not the worst. Let's draw a simple mouth orientation, just for reference, because I think I'm going to delete this too. Now that I just moved it, I'm done. Actually, that is still too high. So, that whole moving of the mouth, completely useless. I should just draw the mouth at the beginning. That's a little too low. Something like that. And when drawing the mouth like an expression, I kind of ran out of room. So we're going to draw a small expression like surprise. Where you have a little bit of a curve here. Actually, we're going to go with so the interesting thing when it comes to the mouth, you still have something that kind of comes in like that. Am I doing that right? Not even. Something like that. But then you have this a little more sharp. Oh, this is gonna take this may take a little bit getting used to. This may look weird without eyebrows as well. So definitely don't want that there. Want to flow up like that. A little bit more of an angle down here. Do you mind if I head out? No, go ahead. Go ahead, man. Thanks for stopping by. It is always a pleasure to have you. I'd be in bed myself if if I didn't really want to get this done. Good night. You too, man. For now, I think I'm just gonna do the blocky teeth. So, I realize why this looks stupid. Because my eyes are not expressing anything. So my mouth gaping open is just weird. could. No, I could. Kind of bring in the semblance of eyebrows. And go for a gritty mouth that they have here in the reference. Let me just draw this real quick like this. Then we can start fixing it. See what we got here. Let's close that mouth up just a bit. Something like that for the top teeth as well, and then we kind of just have the bottom teeth kind of flowing in from there. So my mouth is now too low because I switched up mouse. Oh, come on. Give me the... Give me... Do you see me pressing? Thank you. Should be kind of around there. Oh, it got super cold. Oh, yikes. Something like that. I may be messing this up a little bit, trying to draw the teeth. That. Probably could have gone with a bigger brush. Just for the touch up. What in the world happened here that my teeth are not touching? just shade this in just a little bit, just so you can know that there's darkness there. How does that look? Gotta say, not the worst. Not the worst. Eyebrows are definitely like patchwork. Let's actually erase the eye line. Let's give it better eyebrows. Let's give them some thick eyebrows. Let's see. Oops, not that thick. That's the wrong pencil. Or not the wrong pencil, but the wrong oh, no wonder I'm on the wrong opacity as well. Let's see. Let's see here. The eyebrows should come across like something like that. So what? Why are you not responding anymore? How does that look? I probably could have better positioning on the eyebrows. Maybe a little bit closer if he was super angry. Ah, that's what's messing me up. I don't have the eyelids here. I should have done that before I erased the eye circles. But what can you do? They're gone. So depending on the face or the expression, the eyelids will actually change. Something like that. It's gotta follow the eyebrow. fill that in. Yeah, this is just a quick representation of what we were trying to do. I think it actually bend off just a little bit off the canvas like that. We can start shaping this just a little bit. That was a little too much. It's a little bit better. How's that look? It's not the worst. Definitely not the worst. Let's see if we can add a little bit of shading to the nose. Just for the finishing touches of, you know, what I wanted to do today. Something like that. I don't know what that face reminds me of. Overall, it looks good, but it just reminds me of something that I can't put my finger on. But overall, considering our first look at noses and mouths, I think that's a successful take. I'm proud of us. I need to definitely work on my eyebrows, and I think I should probably not try to incorporate eyebrows when I'm out of space on the canvas. Because those eyebrows were definitely something special. So let's go ahead and save that file. Save as. Let's put angry face. Make sure it's a JPEG for Twitter. It's gonna be a shorter stream, but even overall, I mean, we covered 2 sections of noses and mouths. Again, kind of skipped over a little bit, but you know, I think we made good progress, enough to call it a night. So, all of you that stopped by, saying hi, thank you. For anyone watching this in the VOD, you know, I know it's late when I stream. It's kind of the only time I have to stream and to practice drawing other than, you know, lunch breaks. But, you know, I am looking forward to continuing this journey. And if If you want to follow me on Twitter, that's where I post everything that I essentially draw. And hopefully when we start drawing some good stuff, that'll also be on there. Also, if you want to join me in picking up your own project and, adding me, I would love that too. Doesn't have to be drawing, just whatever you're into, something that you're motivated to actually pick up. Because, it took someone to saying one thing to me to push me over the edge, to be like, God dang it, I'm gonna do this. So hopefully, if anyone's watching this, I can be that little voice that says, just do it. Well, anyway, I'm gonna take off, and the rest of you have a great night, or morning, or evening, or whatever. I have no idea. It's time for me. Anyway, I'm rambling. Goodbye, everyone.